So representing CKB from Auckland, Matt Williams, Wheel last year earned him that undefeated record. The man from Eternal, 102. Kelly in the blue, Obrien out of the red corner. Round one is underway.
Let's see Kelly sit straight down in that familiar low stance. He'll be looking to swing some big wild punches and maybe lock this one up, get it to the ground.
Tonight's Fight Clock is presented by the Watch Society, where dreams become a reality. Head on over to thewatchsociety.co for the #1 luxury watches in the industry.
Let's see O'Brien's brought Superman's cape along with him tonight, firmly strapped to the back of the head, and here goes Kelly, locks up the body lock, good head position. And we see the first exchange between these two. O'Brien, we've come to expect fast-paced action right from the get-go, but tonight, a bit more of a patient start. He works his way up the professional ranks. You see the size and physicality of Kelly making himself known. Big lats. Look to drag this one down to the ground. You might think soon Cole Noak using that body lock.
Yeah, he's trying to do the... Josh Obrien's doing a really good job of bringing him up to his level as well, so it makes it hard for Mitch to drag him to the ground here.
See Kelly's mum just sitting behind us in the front row, giving a little bit of encouragement.
There are some big names in the crowd tonight. Keep an eye out. Over this weekend, Eternal UFC crossover. Momentarily down goes Obrien, but he's back up and he's got positional control up against the fence here.
Yeah, that takedown from Kelly, it's quite a high-risk lateral drop to put on this early in a fight. As it leaves himself open to the scramble and lets Obrien back into this one. He gets back up and lands a good strike, a knee right up to the skull. Goes back upstairs with an elbow.
And this is what Brian needs to do as well. Would like to see him disengage here and go back to striking. I've seen him warming up in the cage earlier, and his head kicks are on point. So I think for him to get that distance away from Kelly and start go back to striking.
Burst onto the scene with that big front kick to the body of Kakara up in Gold Coast. Picked up the knockout. I think he finished off with the hands. He can certainly do it all.
And I bet with a guy like Shane Parker in his corner, his wrestling will be on point tonight as well.
Yeah, of course. And Shane Parker, he's the people's champ anyway. Finished off the year for us last year, 2025, with that cracking fight up on Southport Shark. So in good stead with the former Commonwealth Games wrestler Shane Parker.
Josh Obrien, the favourite coming into this fight, paying $1.65. Mitch Kelly, $1.95. Not much between these two gentlemen. And as we saw during the walkout, they're both undefeated, looking for their second victory in their young pro MMA careers.
Yeah, a big task to come in here and cut the ribbon on 2026. Obviously a few nerves. Josh Obrien fighting back at home. Mitch Kelly across the ocean, and I tell you what, it's Obrien who looks to implement his grappling, sending a message, and now looking to get behind Kelly's under the chin. Second hook goes in. Here comes Obrien looking to show us what he's got on the ground.
It looks like it's tied on now as well. He's got that choke on.
Oh, that's very close. Josh Obrien looking for a first round finish. Can't find it there. Mitch Kelly, the purple belt, defending quite well as it stands. Plenty of time to work for Obrien.
Obrien needs to be careful. Oh, he's got that arm tuck as well. He's going to say he needs to be careful not to come too far forward or Mitch will shake him off like he did.
Yeah, didn't have quite the right angle. Did have the leg trapped, but as he popped off to the side, the experience of Mitch Kelly shot through. Now finds himself in top position. This one going back and forth in the first round. Mitch Kelly, you feel, probably needs to get some work done here as this one starts to draw to the close of the first. Looking to attack the front. Look to attack a Das, comes up into a side right position. He'll probably do well just to settle this down and land a couple of strikes here, I feel, Kyle.
Yeah, this is the position Mitch wants to be in. He'll take advantage of this as much as he can. He wants to slow the fight down now and really get control, really get comfortable in the grapple again.
Final moments of round number one. Mitch Kelly in a good position, fighting through adversity in the middle stages, and Josh Obrien will spin his way out of trouble, trying to lock up that body now.
That was great timing for Obrien, right in his corner as the hands separated from Kelly. He spun with bad intentions on that occasion with the elbow, but it's a high-risk manoeuvre. And again, lets Kelly back into the grapple. It's picked up as... Yeah, I thought it was close.
Time on come up on the big screen at some point here this evening. Round 2.
See Josh Obrien takes the centre. I'd like to see him let his kicks go. Calf kicks, and it's Kelly who picks it up. But a good second phase of wrestling defence is Josh Obrien come back up onto top control. Gets behind the elbow, so that's a better decision, separates and looks to let his hands go cold.
Yeah, that's a much better decision from Josh Obrien. That's what he needs to do in those scramble positions. Maybe get back to the feet and start striking again. I think if he just relaxes a little bit here in the striking, he's going to see it go as he lands some big shots right now.
And maybe just take a little bit of power off those punches. He's obviously a natural finisher. And in the first time he's seen the second round in his professional career, he didn't spend much time there in his amateur career too. Just is quite labour intensive, isn't it? Particularly with the body lock takedowns, he's putting a lot into it.
Yeah, it could really wear you down as well. I'd like to see both guys maybe throw some fakes and feints through. They're both just throwing and engaging in that clinch straight away. So maybe if Josh Obrien faked a little bit and kept him at a distance, he might have more success as well.
Success for Obrien on the feet seems to be the story of round 2. Mitch Kelly trying to put an end to that. Forcing Obrien up against the cage. But again, living up to his nickname, Matt, the Menace, proving to be such in the early stages of the second.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got an underhook on the right-hand side, does Obrien. And Kelly does a good job just to elevate him for a moment, got him up on his tippy toes, which afforded him the opportunity to change the angle, send his man down to the mat, butterfly, and on the right side for Obrien. This is a good opportunity to elevate and start to build up a base, get his back up against the fence. He's right in front of his team over there, so in a good position to architect to stand up as Obrien, but here goes Kelly, pushing into full guard now. Does a good job of winning back the inside position with his arms. Just Kelly, just to avoid any triangle opportunity from Obrien on the bottom.
Yeah, you can tell Mitch Kelly just wants to engage in the grappling here. He's not really posturing up. He's keeping his chest low. He's got that heavy chest pressure, which is a good indication that he's not going to land some ground and pound. So you're looking to just try to advance his position like he's doing now.
Well, he's done a good job sequentially moving through. He's attacking the head and arm choke on the left-hand side. And from full mount as well. You can finish this if he gets his legs involved and just levers on the back of the hamstring of Josh Obrien. But he's now got his shoulders, he's got O'Brien's shoulders flat on the mat. If he can just see this position now for another 10-15 seconds and now start getting some damage, I think it'll put him in good stead in the judge's eyes.
Very hard to finish that head arm choke when he's against the cage as well, so he needs to come off that same side for the angle.
Big explosion from Obrien, a lot of energy spent. Kelly follows him. Just trying to step through into half guard just to settle this one down. Obrien needs to build up onto a hip, start bringing his knees towards his elbows, make himself a bit small. He's very elongated in his half guard. Try and sneak that left shin and frame on the hips. Here goes Kelly passing to side control now.
We spoke about that rugby base, certainly putting his shoulders to work was Mitch Kelly from on top, and a big hammer fist for good measure. And no doubt he would have paid his dues inside the walls of City Kickboxing. Logan Anderson and Eugene Berriman in his corner, guiding him through this process.
Yeah, it's a good point that you make. Inside the walls of CKB, they've got some real grappling talent that no doubt will have him in this very position. It's a fearless to believe. But Brogan Anderson, he former Eternal alumni. He could grapple that boy. Big left hand from Kelly. He's starting to let his hands go a little bit more as this one creeps in towards the last minute of the second round. It's been all the way of Kelly in the latter parts of the second. Obrien had some moments early. It was Kelly who picked him up, elevated, and it's been this way ever since, Cole.
Yeah, you'll see Kelly start to unload some more shots now. He feels more relaxed now. He feels comfortable. He knows he's in control of the grappling on the ground, so hopefully we'll see him, especially in the end of this round, posture up and land some big strikes as well.
Okay, now the final moments of round number 2, 50-50. in round one seems to be the general consensus of opinion. However, Mitch Kelly trying to turn the tables in his favour in round two after a hard and fast opening minute from the menace Josh Obrien. Round three incoming responsibly. Christian Lapperman, Seb Tamisi coming up next after this one, but for now it's back to the action in round three between Josh Obrien and Mitch Kelly.
Head kick to open up his account from O'Brien. Left head kick creeps up high. Some more lateral footwork now. In the third, there's that stab and body kick on. Yes. They've got a reaction from Kelly, wants none of that. Turns himself into Goldberg from WCW and just spears him straight into the cage.
And that would have been a good opportunity for those fakes and fakes I spoke about. If he would have faked that, like hit that shot but then faked again, it would have made Mitch Kelly shoot on him. He would have been able to judge a bit better and land some shots at the end of it.
Indeed, Cole, I thought he'd cut him open here. It's just that red hair, Matt Williams.
Not sure why you're coming to me for expert advice on hair, mate. It's been a while since I've had any. But here goes Kelly, just going back to the well. He's looking to elevate and trip O'Brien. O'Brien needs to get under the arms, and he does a good job now. He needs to circle off, and he does. Good anti-wrestling from O'Brien, but how's the persistence of Kelly back in for more? Trying to pick up the single leg now is Kelly. He's not really committing to it, though. He's connected his hands. If he wants it, he'll travel his hips around to the right side like he's doing now, and he's got the options of the high crotch, or he can step in behind it and try and reap that leg off the fence.
Yeah, that's bad. He has to be careful. He's head down that low, as we saw O'Brien land some big elbows there. And we've seen fighters finish from there before.
Kelly, he's got O'Brien's hands on the mat, gets his head above that of Josh Obrien. Doing a good job of staying busy with his strikes. Needs some separation, another good knee. Needs to frame and go here, I think, O'Brien. Looking for a takedown of his own. He does creep in behind. Some big damage done, courtesy of the right glove of O'Brien. He's backing himself in the grapple here, boys.
Just over halfway remaining in our third and final round between these two. O'Brien knows he needs to pull something special out of the hat. Another takedown lands for the menace. Mitch Kelly showing signs of fatigue, needs to get back to his feet.
Yeah, it's a good point. I noticed the same thing there. Big deep breath from Mitch Kelly. He spent a lot of energy in this fight, and O'Brien looks to be finishing stronger now. Halfway through the third round, and it's Josh Obrien here at the Royal Randwick trying to keep his professional career alive and in the green. Under the chin with the left hand, cranking hard on the face of Kelly. I don't think it's quite there.
Well, we almost had this one in the first round. He's trying again here in the latter stages of the third. 2 minutes to work for O'Brien. He's got to be defensively sound here, does Kelly.
O'Brien can just get behind the armpits and flatten Kelly out. I don't think there's too much left in the tank. He could rain some shots down as Kelly starts to build back up, but he's really pursuing that rear naked choke. Wants to add a submission to his record. Some big punches from the menace, Josh Obrien. Now in half guard. Trying to move through and get to a more dominant staging position for damage. Now looking to chase the hidden arm choke perhaps on the right side. He hasn't got long to work though, Cole. Just a minute and a half left.
Yeah, you can see that's why the urgency in O'Brien as well. He probably knows he needs to finish this fight in this round. Not knowing what the judges are doing, but I think it's 2 rounds from Mitch Kelly so far.
Well, the first round is...
There we go.
Here he goes, under the neck. Looking to put a big squeeze on is Josh Obrien, and now it's getting tight, T. Now it's looking tight.
It is indeed. He's got to fight that top hand. Palm to palm. Almost for O'Brien. But Mitch Kelly, he's got a minute to survive. You'd have to think that he may be just a hair ahead on the judges' scorecards. But round three has been all Josh Obrien. He loses the choke and gets reversed from Mitch Kelly. What a way to fight out of that one.
Yeah, well, the interesting round is the first round. Like, you can give Kelly the second round, no problems whatsoever. The first round was close. So, by lighting the fire under O'Brien, getting him to come out and finish it, it squares his opportunity. But I'll tell you what, Kelly's putting a good show in this last 30 seconds. Wrist control from O'Brien, looking to get back to his feet. Just sheer determination in front of his hometown crowd. against the travelling New Zealander. Mitch Kelly gets back up, but I think Kelly is going to look to elevate once more. Josh Obrien with a big effort off the right underhook to prevent that takedown, and here they go, team.
10 seconds or just under left in the third and final round. Mitch Kelly and Josh Obrien see the bell. They go the distance. What a way to open our prelims for Eternal 102. Matt Williams, Kyle.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores the fight 29-28 to the blue corner. Judge 2 scores the fight 29-28 to the red corner. And Judge 3 scores the fight 29-28 for your winner via split decision in the blue corner, Mitch Kelly.